Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Welcome to our live show.
Welcome.
Oh, we got another cat here, even, Kara. They're here to greet you on your birthday, your birthday weekend.
Happy birthday, Kara.
Hope you had a great day. It sounded like you did when I wrote to you on social media.
All right, settle down, you.
There goes, well, I'll move it, Shadow. I'll move it for your highness. Shadow. And of course, Sunny's in the perch.
Baby. Come here.
All right, so we're going to start the show with a card for the collective, and then we'll get into our birthday reading for Kara, and then on to the rest of the show. So anybody who wants a birthday reading around your birthday, just let us know in advance so we can schedule you in. We already have one scheduled for next Thursday, so...
It's always feast or famine.
Hey, Angel. Good to see you.
Hi, Angel.
Yes, Shadow and Sunny both here for Kara.
That's it, Shadow. Knock over the set. Doing a different camera angle, so naturally, of course, she pops up. Thanks. Settle down, girl.
Okay, I'm almost set here. Sorry, I'm just updating the list. All right. Oh my. Oh, and because it's Cinco de Mayo this week, I'm using the Loteria Remedios Oracle. Single Oracle. Oh, it's finals week. Thanks for the heads up. I know it's getting close for students, yes. I think some here may have had them already, really. My university, I think, usually had them done by the end of April.
And of course, the backdrop for the card setting was a holiday gift from one of my co-workers.
Beautiful, too.
She gave me a couple of those, as well as some decks. Anyway.
We're getting the boot. La Bota.
Hi, Country Love.
Hey, Country Love. I'll add you to the list. All right. Well, the boot. What the heck? 22? 22. Okay. Work. Diligence. Pacing. You might need this message, Angel, since it's finals week there for you. Work diligence, pacing. La Bota is required for rugged work like building, farming, ranching, riding, or librarianship during final exams, right? Perhaps there is some manual labor awaiting your attention. Putting on your boots can also mean adopting a mindset of rigor and diligence. See your project through to the finish. Don't be daunted by the tough labor that lies ahead or the possibility of getting dirty. If these boots are a recent addition to your wardrobe, recall the time it takes to break in any new shoes. The tough skin of boots is meant to protect your every step, but in order to fit well, you must first soften the skin. Proceed at your own careful pace and take breaks as needed. Going too hard too soon will only leave you with blisters and sore feet. But, in another light, could this card indicate that someone is getting the boot? Uh-oh. Or is it time to walk away from a person or scenario that no longer suits you? If you have already done the hard work that was demanded of you, be it physical or emotional, then now is the time to unwind and kick up your heels. Better yet, find a piece of music that gets you in the mood to dance, boots on or barefoot. You know, it's funny because I turned on some music today. I felt like having some music. Getting the boot is an interesting concept here. I like that, and I said it right from the beginning, we're getting the boot. And because a lot of people are these days, there's a lot of layoffs going on, there's stuff going on. And so, be mindful and be ready to pivot, I say, in my Material Matters show. And, if you're getting the boot in a relationship, for example, or if you're giving somebody the boot, well, it is time to move on and do it without really the heavy-handed kicking motion. How about that? Also, this could be a week where you're just really nose to the grindstone, having to put in a lot of effort in whatever you're trying to accomplish this week. Remember to try to pace yourself. That is very important.
And things like this, could obviously, differ from types of cultures to other cultures, but generally speaking, to some degree, it still has that kind of connotation. I've lately been reading a novel where it may be set in a different time period and a different country, not this one, not even, Mexico or Spain. And being booted or in the boot kind of refers to unpleasant conditions you have to endure, and so if you think about if you're in a boot, it's probably cramped and maybe it's damp and smelly, and so I get that too.
It's true. Good luck with that, everyone. And it's on now to Kara's birthday reading.
Okay.
Birthday readings take a little bit longer. We're going to try to be concise, but bear with us. I've got the updated list posted here.
And that's a picture of the spread.
And we're going to get this show on the road. Mr. O chose a deck. What do you got, Mr. O?
I chose the Horror Tarot. For no particular reason, Kara. But I like it. It's dark and somber. Not necessarily particular to any particular kind of horror emphasis. I believe the artist is the same one who does the Dark Wood Tarot, which is a very fine tarot too. I like that one too. Yay, indeed.
Oh boy, I hope we have a good reading for you. You never know. What can I say? There's either, gifts either way. Challenges are gifts. I have always said that. And I believe that too. Even though I whine about it sometimes, as we all probably do. Well, thank you for staying to say happy birthday to Kara. I see you want to go. Don't be evil out there. I gave them a brushing today, but I still see some fur on him that has to come off. No surprise there.
All right, card one.
Oh, card one is the gift that Kara received last year that she can use to make the most out of this year.
It's the Queen of Pentacles, and she's upright.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so what gift did you do last year? Maybe some things that, made you feel better about yourself, made you feel more positive. If these were things to do with your appearance or, maybe some new makeup, maybe some beauty products. Maybe this is also about just taking care of you better, giving yourself more self-care, and ensuring that you surrounded yourself with things that were pleasurable to you. So how can you use that in this year ahead? Well, I don't know. I seem to remember you possibly entertaining the idea of, talking beauty products online. So maybe there's that. You could use this just to be, taking better care of yourself in this year ahead and working on ways to, obtain, and hold on to the resources you need when you really want to, get something for yourself or do something for yourself.
Hi, Selema. And Kara, I think too that the gift of last year that you can, use to make the most of this year is that sense of being the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, to me, is kind of like a surrogate for Mother Nature or for the Empress, i.e. a creative principle, maybe even somebody that has a sense of spiritual higher nature about them. So this could be saying too that from what happened last year over the year, began you realizing more surely that you needed to be on a creative path and you needed to be able to create some sort of sense of a body of work about you, whether it's worship, things that you're interested in, or whether it was, getting an online presence, selling things like that. So this is where maybe that seed began germinating. Card 2.
Card 2 is the gift of the present moment.
It's that embossing. It's the reversed Four of Wands.
Oh, well, that's not so bad, is it?
No, it isn't.
So, yeah, the reverse Four of Wands, the gift of the present moment is to really enjoy the simple things in life right now. Simple pleasures, joy. Do something joyful for yourself or with others. Often this card is a card of celebration, but I kind of feel here, maybe with it reversed, that, it's perfectly fine for it to be a celebration of one, but this is a time to just enjoy simple things, strolls outside when the weather is nice, going to places that you find enjoyable. I think this is a time for you to celebrate yourself. I really do feel a tie-in here with that Queen of Pentacles.
That's nice. I kind of like that. I'm looking at it maybe similar, but to me, this could be saying that, the gift of the present moment is to realize that the home or the family you have is what you have. It may not be the exact ideal of happiness or connection or foundation, emotional home of its own, but it will do. It provides nearly everything you need, with maybe just enough necessary for you to still want to think about the ways you can make it better. And so that does in fact tie in to the first card, the Queen of Pentacles.
All right,
card 3.
Card 3 is the gift from your connection with others in this next year.
And it's the World upright.
Wow. Nice. I don't know. This is very interesting to me. Do you want to go first on that?
Okay, I can do that.
I want to think about it a minute.
Okay, so the gift from your others. Well, to me, of course, I think that the world could be the surrogate for the internet and the World Wide Web and things like that. And so this could be saying that this is really kind of the platform for you to connect with people, whether they're actual people, in physical life, or the friends that we all have in social media and online presence. This is saying, really, you could achieve a lot with that, that there's a sense of really being driven to produce and to create what I was referring to earlier, like a body of work or a sense of, what it is you detail, and using those connections, of the internet, the World Wide Web, to just really spread it as far as you can.
Well, I do feel that the gift of the gift from your connections are your connections, this year.
Yeah.
And I think that they expand outward, not just to, obviously what's within your physical reach, but with the internet. And it just seems as though, it's going to feel a lot better for you this year, that you're really finding people, that you truly feel at home with. And it also gives you kind of the incentive to reach out further. I almost feel like sometimes when we're out there in social media land, or even in the real world these days, everybody is so hostile sometimes, and you don't know what to expect anymore. But I kind of feel here, Kara, that you are going to feel much better about these connections. They're healthier, they're more positive for you, and so it's a little bit of a turnaround from how we usually feel about things.
Alrighty then, so card 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. The gift that will help Kara work on, achieve, or move forward on her dreams and goals.
It's Vlad! Well, no, it's the Emperor, but maybe he looks like a Vlad type. I don't know.
Well, what does that say? I mean, that says...
Well, So what is the position?
Oh, it's about working on it goals. I mean, the Emperor. You just take
Well,
charge,
obviously,
girl.
it's saying really you have to use your magnetic, possibly hypnotic, vampiric presence to get others into helping you. The Emperor is all about, saying,
That is true.
do this, do that. The Emperor is also watching out for et tu, Brute. But other than that, this is saying really, you have the ability to really project a sense of power, and maybe, according to this horror tarot, a little bit of it magnetically and hypnotically. And I'm not surprised because as a Scorpio, I'm opposite you in the zodiac, so I see those potentials because I know them within myself.
Card 5.
Did you weigh in on that one?
Oh, well, I sort of did, but I didn't. I
No,
just
you
said, you take charge, girl. But the thing is, Kara, with the Emperor, I think you need to, take charge of your destiny here. You are in control. Nobody else should determine your fate, should determine what you can achieve or accomplish in this year ahead other than you. You take charge and everything will start to fall into place.
Card 5.
The gift from your spirit guides and our ancestors. What do they want you to know or keep in mind in the year ahead?
I'm kind of amazed that we're having so many court cards.
Oh.
It's pretty cool. It's the High Priestess reverse, though.
Oh, that's not a court card, but okay. Yeah.
I meant Major Arcana and court cards, actually.
Yeah, that is interesting, the combination. Well, the High Priestess reversed is telling me that your ancestors want you to trust your intuition more. They want you to also pay attention when they're trying to contact you. So maybe spending a little bit more time in this year ahead, I think the gift from them is spend time with us. Spend time with us. We have things to share with you. So get out those decks that you use to connect with them and, make more attempts at it.
It's hard to say it better than that. The High Priestess reverse, represents an idea of maybe spurning wisdom or spurning our intuition. And your spirit guides, your ancestors, would never want you to do that. And you know that. So the thing is that sometimes, we all need time off for good or bad behavior. But you got to get back to what it's all about sometimes. And so your spirit guides, your ancestors say, remember and heed what we try to tell you.
And finally, Sunny's back for your last card. The gift the year ultimately gives to you. What lessons have you learned? What progress or growth have you achieved? And remember, Kara, this is good for your entire solar year. Okay. Oh, what? It's death reversed. Mr. O, that's why Sunny came back. He says...
Yeah, he wants to soften the blow.
He says, don't worry, Kara. Basically...
Yeah?
Well, the lesson that you learn is that, if you don't take charge, if you don't move things forward, you're going to stay where you are. So it's up to you if you want to create change in this year ahead and turn this upside down for you to do so. What I really like about getting a negative card at the end here is you're hearing this at the start of your solar year. And so the whole idea is you don't like it? Then change the destiny. That's in you. And you can do it because you have such positive cards here backing you up for the most part. So recognize the fact that this year could be slow or stagnant for you if you choose to sit back and not take charge of your destiny.
Did you save me some?
I try.
Hi, Marita. We'll get you on the list, of course.
Oh, okay.
And you're welcome. I hope you did see that and enjoy it. Yours was a couple nights back. So, Kara, I think that the gift you ultimately gift is that realization that, of course, you could easily, and that's a lot of us. Per zodiac signs, maybe you or me, Pisces, might be a little more inclined to get a little lazy, a little inert. But in general, that's all of us. We all have ways of being distracted or being able to rationalize, putting, the foot to the metal, that kind of thing. This card is a warning or a saying here. Realize this, because this is the lesson that life has given you, is that it's really going to be up to you, that no one's going to come down from the clouds and suddenly make you a Valkyrie. You have to work for it.
And that's what we have for you, Kara. Happy birthday, happy solar year. And remember, you can go back to this date anytime and refresh yourself and look at this reading, which is why we do it at the start of our shows.
Hi, Jackie. Did you catch Jackie?
Oh, when did Jackie come?
Before Marita.
Nope. She did not.
Oh, no, it was after. Okay, but...
All right, I got her now. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, you're welcome.
And you are very welcome. Kara has been a pretty long time follower now, supporter of our channel and our work on social media. And that's no bull, you Taurus. So we appreciate you, and we hope you enjoyed that reading.
We do. All right.
All right. Moo.
Moving on up.
Moving on up. All right. So I have everybody on the list. I'm just going to post that again, and I'm going to get Brandon's question. And I did post Brandon's question. May I get a May reading, please? And thank you, everybody, for being patient with our birthday readings. This has been a crazy birthday season. I think that, Ari pegged it right when she said that the spring just seems to be the spring and the fall. Lots of birthdays. So. All right.
And we recently have moved up to 879 followers. So we are very happy. Tell somebody and help us grow more.
You'll get one, Jackie. I'll get you
there
down
you are,
for
Brandon.
that.
Hi.
All right, and thanks for your patience, Brandon. We're getting to you right now. And let's see what these cards...
If you're a new subscriber, we thank you for that.
Well, we would love to reach 900 before our summer anniversary. That would be nice.
Yeah, we've only been here for over 5 years.
So we try, but, we could probably do more to promote our channel than we do. All right. Although
I need those Lenormand too.
Oh, yeah. What did I do? Because he came. Sorry, I had them in the middle earlier.
Thank you.
All right, Brandon. Let's see what we have. Oh, my. Okay. Wow. It's going to be interesting. All right. First card is the Ace of Wands reversed. And that's followed by the Ten of Swords upright. Yeesh. But you also have the World here. And I kind of like the way this is going. So I don't know if you're going to be able to relate to this or not, but it looks to me as though with the Ace of Wands reversed, that something either may not get off the ground or not turn out the way you had hoped it would, whether, wanting to start a new job or start something new, a new project or goal you're hoping to get off the ground. It just seems like something is delayed or has challenges before it can move forward. And the Ten of Swords is here, and that can be a pretty heavy, hard-hitting card. But it's followed by the World, so I want to kind of combine those energies here, if I may, and just say to you that, this may feel, whatever happens in May, may feel like a blow to you in some way, a difficult blow that you are facing, but the World is here to say, you can move on from this. You can move on from this and be successful. Whether you let go of whatever it is you were hoping for and move on to something else, the things are going to start looking better. Even when the Ten of Swords is upright, it's saying, well, the worst is done now, so I can move on. And that's what the world, I think, is saying.
I'm not sure if it would be the actual definition of it, but it sort of feels like maybe there's a backstabbing going on with a project. Maybe it was somebody that you thought you were counting on to be a partner or helper somehow, and you feel like they didn't fulfill, and this caused either a big delay or a disruption that ultimately doesn't work out. And it's how it maybe emotionally felt to you, because it really kind of sets you back perhaps to stage one, but also with that realization that will end it. Whenever this happens, that will end it. And then comes the world, which is the, like Banshee said, the ability to figure out new strategies or a new focus and move on.
It's almost as if one door shuts. You know what happens when one door shuts, another opens. And that's the world. You're closing a chapter on something and you're opening a new door. And so I feel very positive about the outcome on all of this. I hope you do too. And let's see what the Lenormand may have.
All right. So our first one is the fish. And then the dog.
So trust that you can, how do I want to say this? God, there's a...
Find your mojo.
There's like a euphemism I want to use for this, or something, ism, and I can't think of what it is. But trust that you can make, you can multiply your success in the face of adversity. I feel here, with the fish being abundance, this could be about money, this could be about abundance of money, or this could be about an abundance of security, or what I've said here, the fact that you can still achieve your primary goal, maybe in another way, but it will work out for you ultimately.
That's very interesting. I was going to say, like maybe that's saying...
It could be. Absolutely.
Well, I had a euphemism about fish. Well, trust in getting your mojo back, I guess, is what I was going to say, or getting back in the groove. But I like what Banshee did there, because the fish is about abundance, and so this is really about just believing in yourself, and that could be the abundance of creativity that maybe you may be transitioning into a different form of that somehow, or a different application.
Right, exactly. The dog often symbolizes friendship and fish, and so, if it is for the month of May, I can't rule out the fact that it could be talking about you getting out and socializing more with people that you really bond with, not just anybody, but people who can really support you, maybe support you as you're closing, this new chapter on your life. One thing about the world is you need to celebrate endings, no matter what the endings are. Celebrate that you're closing that and that you're moving on to something new.
I like that.
And that's what we have for you. I hope you, it sounds like you got something out of that, so good luck with that, and we hope to see you again soon.
And Namira's here. Hi, Namira.
I'll get you on the list, Namira. Lena is up, and I do have all the questions up to a point. Oop. All right. And that would be... All right. Thank you.
You're welcome, Brandon.
All right. Let me get this out. You are very welcome. Good luck. And Lena's question is spirit reading for the month of May.
All right, and I'm using the Tarot of the Magical Forest. That one there.
All right, I have everybody's questions. Thank you, everybody, for posting. I appreciate it.
Let's Spirit reading for the month of May.
Yeah. Oops.
And our first card is the Six of Cups, the Six of Chalices, and it's upright. And then it's the Hanged Man reversed.
Oh. That is cute.
And the Wheel is upright.
Wow. Well, that's very interesting read there. Let me throw the Lenormand. And I mean positive, really pretty positive overall, I think. Let me just grab this for Mr. O. All right, we have the bouquet. Not surprised to see this. And the house. So, I mean, at least for us at this time of year, Lena, it's usually a time where, you know, people are starting to gather for different events. There are graduations going on in May. There are weddings going on in May. It's a very popular time of year for celebrations. And I just feel here when I see the Six of Cups upright that this may be a time for you, at any rate, to get together with family or maybe people you haven't seen in a while, or old friends, colleagues, whatever the case may be, and enjoy some camaraderie, enjoy some good times and some memories together. I just have that feeling. There's this thinking about the past, or longing to be with some people from your past at this time.
Yes, this card indicates maybe that in May you're going to be having reconnection with people, or maybe with thoughts within yourself that bring comfort or strong emotional resonance. Hi, Celie. So I think it's important for you to go into that wholeheartedly and realize that, you know, if there are people who you really need to tell them how much they mean in your life, or maybe you need to be expecting to hear from that. This may happen in May, so I really like that. I think you should just basically think of being kind as much as possible. And with the Hangman reverse, this could be indicating that a lot of this comes where you've sort of decided you need closer connection, that, you know, maybe, you know, kind of being aloof a little bit, being caught up more in your own personal story, your thoughts, has kind of, you know, left you adrift emotionally a little bit.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. The Hangman reversed, I'm looking at that and thinking to myself, it fits in kind of nicely here in that, you know, this isn't a time to maybe just think about people from your past, but to connect with them in some way. And okay, maybe if you can't physically get together with them, to contact them again and, you know, have a little chat going or a dialogue going, a long distance phone call. It just might be nice to reconnect with others, and it would lift your spirits. I feel like the Hanged Man, you know, he's reversed there. And so he wants to come down from just ruminating and thinking about these things, but actually doing something now. And so I'm sort of feeling that. I'm sort of feeling it ties right in. Most of this stuff ties right in. The Wheel might just say that, you know, this might be really fortunate or change your luck by just embracing some of the things from your past at this time. With the Wheel of Fortune here, I just sort of feel like maybe this is also saying this is the right time for you to rekindle these connections, or reestablish these connections, or make them a little bit stronger by, you know, getting in touch once more. And I'm not going to go in the Lenormand, but I feel, you know, it's going to fit right in as well. I did up to the Wheel. I'm done.
Okay. So when I look at the Wheel too, I feel like I was going to say this with the first card, but maybe it's more appropriate now. All of this seems to be somehow a sense of, you know, known factor that's coming to you. So I'm almost wondering, like, if this is either related to a family reunion or a family celebration or situation, or if it's not family, something close, that, you know, maybe it's a cultural event or a cultural holy or holiday And I sort of feel that this indicates this is really a very strong time for you to do what this is talking about, the reconnection with people. And maybe with the sense of the hangman, it's really also saying too, it's time to really get back to being more social in certain respects, and enjoying life as it is. That maybe sometimes we work really hard thinking we are sacrificing for something that maybe never comes.
So in the home and the flowers, which is really interesting to me, is, they say home is where the heart is, right? And I'm taking that to say that, the people that you feel at home with, the people that you used to feel at home with, that you shared good times with, that you even shared some challenges with, but you came through it together. This is a time to, reconnect and feel the joy that you once had being with these people. I really feel it kind of fits in with the rest of it to me.
I guess that's true. The house certainly does bring that there, because especially with the Six of Cups, it's really a strong idea. Hi, Libra. So I can't disagree with that. I sort of feel like May just really brings a lot of strong familial or friendly or social, cultural happiness to you, mostly because of reconnecting. And in many parts of the world, May is like really a happy month for all kinds of that, for weddings, for graduations, for summer reunions. So enjoy.
Enjoy. Good luck with that. And Spirit Connections is up. All right. Thank you. I'll give those to you. And I just want to get one thing here. Libra's question, what's coming towards me? All right. All right, let's get a deck. Let's do this happy-go-lucky deck. You are here, and so are we. Why am I wearing my Lions hat? It's because of the Detroit Pistons. I don't have a basketball hat. So... but they're in the playoffs today. It's their final game. And so I'm going to try to catch as much of the game as I can. It's starting at 3 or 3:30 today, I think. It's their final game in the first round of the playoffs, which I hope they win so that they can move on. They were pretty gritty in their last game, so I have a lot of hope here. I see a bend in one of my cards. I'm going to have to see if I can fix that. Affecting my shuffle a little bit.
Yeah, he's pretty chill, all right.
Okay.
When he's not doing other things that are not that chill. We know
All
what they
right.
are.
So what does Spirit want you to know? Wow. The Two of Cups. That you have in your life a very harmonious connection going on right now. Maybe this is just within yourself right now. Everything just seems very harmonious. You're very well integrated. It just seems as though you're very well balanced at this time. And I would say that maybe there's some connection out there who you will find very beneficial to you, whether it's, I know you talk sometimes about getting a job or working in the martial arts capacity and all of that maybe somebody there, is really somebody you can depend on and rely upon. Or maybe this is the bond with you and your son.
All right, Jackie, we'll see you next time. You have a good night's sleep. The meds are kicking in.
Take care, Jackie.
Yeah. So, Spirit, I think that this could obviously be, your family, your children, that kind of thing. But in general, it could also just be talking about you in spirit partnership with yourself and fully able to harmonize and trust all those things that are at deeper spirit levels that we don't always, feel or realize every single day. So I think spirit wants you to realize that you are whole, you are complete. Maybe it's just about waiting for the next thing to come that has not actually, kind of shown itself yet.
Well, let's see why this is important. Oh, the King of Cups is reversed.
Uh-huh.
So why is this important? Because I feel here that there may be things that are, emotionally trying for you right now, but having this deep connection is what can keep you strong. What can keep you strong through whatever it is you may be facing emotionally at this time.
Well, another way of looking at that could be that it's important because maybe you had been kind of pulling, and this is going to take it in a little different direction, but maybe you had been pulling back a little bit from some connection, and this card is a reminder that you have to stay connected to the world at large in general, kind of thing, that, now more than ever, the world needs any possible light vibration, people, energy, work situations, and that we all can sometimes feel like it's only us doing this, and we might feel like we can't always see ourselves, doing this forever. This is important for you to remember. It may not always be forever, but you have to give it your best.
Well, and I might
kind of
also
floundered there, didn't I?
No, it's okay. I might also add that this connection, that I mentioned in the beginning, may have some ups and downs emotionally for you. Sometimes maybe it makes you question, where you stand. And maybe even internally, sometimes, there is this lack of balance. There is times where we allow our emotions to get the better of us. But, you need to realize that deep down, a strong balance is there. And so where are things headed? Uh-oh. Well, geez.
It's interesting that they're all cups, so that does
I
just
know,
sort of say that
Christine.
a lot of what Spirit wants you to know is related to the emotional parts of your life.
Right.
Or within yourself.
And I'm not sure I'm ready to backtrack yet, but I have to think about this a little bit here. So I guess my feeling is this. If you think at times, sometimes, that you aren't well supported by this connection, or you feel like something inside is off kilter, don't allow yourself to, I don't know, I get a strong feeling here, even though I've got these negative cards, that you should not let go of this connection, whatever it is, if it's physical, tangible, if it is within you. You have to kind of work through the kinks and explain, and talk it out with the person that you need more support, you need more help, you need more assistance. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm going to look at this again while Mr. O goes on.
Well, I'm going to have to be bold here because I sort of feel with that Three of Cups reversed, okay. I'm wondering, is this about the situation with the ex and how things never quite reach a happiness on everybody's side or appropriate enough for your side? I just wonder, because the Three of Cups could be interpreted as unhappiness due to family situations or related situations. So I'm wondering if some of this could be summed up that, Spirit is saying you're trusting in the process, but maybe there's another person there who doesn't exactly constitute an honest partner.
I wonder here, and there's 3 cups, which makes me wonder here. The 2 is about 2 people, right? Mm-hmm. The king is here maybe as another person, and that would equal 3. And so I'm wondering if there is some sort of outside agitator here, like you are suggesting with the X maybe?
Don't know.
So I don't know, Christine. But this is definitely an emotional issue for you that's cropping up.
Okay, so it's not the ex. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
I'm sorry if I said that. And I'm happy for you then.
Yeah. Oh, the ID theft case. Wow. Well, I don't know. I don't know.
That's very interesting.
Throw the Lenormand and let me see.
All right,
if
so
we get
here's
a
our
clue.
Lenormand. And you know, there's a snake. And the mountain.
Wow. Well, the cards could be just off today, Christine, but this is indicating some sort of betrayal here causing challenges. So maybe it is about that case if that is still ongoing. And it's going to cause some emotional upset here.
It's possible that I picked up those vibes but thought it was about your ex and I forgot or I didn't remember.
Yeah, we have so many people we read for. It's easy to mix up some of the personal situations going on.
This may be something completely different from all of that. I don't know. I'm not sure. Or we're not quite connecting here.
Yeah, we may not be connecting with this reading, and I apologize for that. But I do feel that there may be some challenges connected with something you trust, something or someone you trusted, and it's going to turn out into maybe causing you a little bit more work or effort than you thought it would.
And it may change your feeling about them and or, other people perhaps.
Hey, that's been a long time, January girl. Wow.
Hi.
Wow, good to see you again.
It's good to see you. So we're going to leave it at that, Spirit, I guess. Yeah, it could be. The King of Cups reversed, that kind of adds to that in a way. There's sort of a sense of imposterness about the King of Cups reversed.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, do keep posted on that.
Spirit.
She lives. Well, I
Well,
don't
we
know.
certainly hope so, January girl.
It's kind of funny because the spring has been bringing out some of our followers that had kind of, stepped aside for a while. So we've been seeing some old faces lately, which is nice.
Take care, Spirit Connection.
All right, take care, Spirit Connections. And we'll try to connect up next time. Just don't know what was up there, what it's alluding to. But I'll tell you what, if something goes awry, like the cards suggested here, do let us know, because I don't know why you got the cards you got.
You're very welcome.
This is CJ now, and they want an oracle. So, I'll get an oracle.
Oh, I bet. Well, I know it's been some time, but it's good to see you again.
I'm going to use the Earthly Souls and Spirits Moon Oracle for you, CJ. And did I do that? I did not. Or did I? No, probably not.
Most things are about the same here. I am ready to retire from my second time. I retired 5 or 6 years ago, and now I'm going to retire again. I just had a part-time job the last few years. Hi, Christabel.
Could
You
you?
want me to add them?
Oh, yeah, could you? Thank you.
Sure. I will add you to the list.
And change that number. We're getting close now. All right, one more shuffle for you, CJ. Let's see what we get here. Ooh, I love this card. So cute. Cute. Soulful. And this is about feeling depth and journey. Happiness resides not in possessions and not in gold. Happiness dwells in the soul. That's a quote from Democritus. Your soul is the spiritual part of your being. Look closely in the mirror of your innermost existence, and you will find your deepest, rawest, most authentic thoughts and feelings. Each memory and experience that is part of your soul is safely tucked away inside of you. Light the sparks in your soul. Be carefree. Let your colors dance wildly around you. Dig deep, and your garden will flourish and bloom endlessly. Your own soul journey is very personal. Protect your internal soulful powers. You are the keeper of them. Remember, you are a wondrous soulful being who knows you best of all. So there's an intention here, and it says, let your magical light glow around you. Soft stardust will dance like fireflies in the wondrous twilight sky. Well, that's pretty nice. I want to see the Lenormand with this before I respond, but I have some thoughts here on this. Obviously, to me it seems like you're going to start some deep journeying, I think, and soul searching perhaps, diving into the depths.
Alrighty, so very interesting indeed. Because,
yeah, that is interesting.
Because the key has shown up.
Oh.
As well as our house again.
Oh, interesting. And also, I think when I look at the part about look closely in the mirror of your innermost experience, and I think here sometimes when we look in the mirror, we see false representations of ourselves there. And that's why Mr. O's soft eyes, hard eyes thing of the mirror is such an interesting exercise for me. So if you want to go a little bit deep into, who you are,
Do you want me to go through it?
Yeah, could you go through that for CJ?
All right, well, this was something I learned in a shamanic mask-making workshop. The idea was that we would do this exercise and then we would get a glimpse of our spirit animal, but it could be used for a variety of other things. And the idea is that you basically look into a mirror and then you relax and you allow your gaze to see yourself in sort of a blur. You don't focus, you just sort of let things naturally blur so that you only see a sense of the colors and the resonance towards each other. And so you think of that as basically a sense of your overall, the general impression, the overall feel. Then you want to sharpen your focus as much as possible and look at yourself as critically and as focused as you can. Look at every single wrinkle or little scar or blemish or gray hair. But you look at that and you sort of look at that the opposite, that is more specifically you. That is your true thing. And so the sense of it is like, which is really the unconscious side, which is really the conscious side. They can both kind of alternate over time.
So I think it's a beautiful exercise. The key is to reestablish a sense of home within yourself, right? Don't be a stranger to what lies within, right? We need to be comfortable with our whole self and, plumb those depths from time to time. And I think that's what this is representing for you here. You spoke about talking about owls with a friend of yours and learning more about how your frequency can attract good and bad. Yes. Well, I think owls are also about learning and, getting in touch with your inner wisdom again, too, as well. So good luck with that. I think it's an interesting read for you, CJ. Oh, no. And sorry to hear that, Christabel. We will definitely see what we can do for you with that question. I've written it down here.
I think you're on for another oracle, right?
I think I am, so you can do 2 decks in a row after this.
We'll see.
Mr. Rivera is up.
Hi, Angel.
And you're welcome. All right, and... All right. We use a different oracle. Well, I don't know why, Angel. I am tempted to use the This Might Help Oracle just because it's finals week. and maybe it will have some good advice for you, maybe, for this week. And with this one, because they're relatively short, I may do top and bottom for you if I feel we need to. Just keep that there. Make sure I have every card. I do.
Yes, my mother's passing was a lot harder for me than my father's. I was much more emotionally connected to her. And I always wake up early anyways, but the particular morning she passed, my sister told me that I woke up at the exact moment or the minute that she passed. She lived a number of miles away, and I wasn't able to be there.
My father died suddenly when I was 10 years old of a massive heart attack in his sleep, which was quite a shock for me. And so that was very shocking. When my mother passed, it was almost a joyful thing because she had gone through almost 15 years of Alzheimer's disease, and it was definitely time for her to let go. And, she let go on her favorite sister's death anniversary as well, which I thought was very, very poignant. All right. So, Mr. Rivera, hey, we have the flowering field, and that's Earth, isn't it? That symbol there, I think it is.
The flying finger of fate. No, it's the flowering field.
I hope it is what I think it is here. Here it is, yes. It actually is related to the Page of Pentacles. And so it says, find your cohort. The Page of Pentacles stands in a flowering field. There's not one flower, but a multitude. This field will support many. The page is a student at the beginning of her journey, and she, like you, is not learning alone. The flowering field reminds you that you are never alone on a particular path. There are others traveling with you, and much can be learned and gained from a little camaraderie. Find those people and exchange wisdom, expertise, and friendship. You are stronger together. The flowering field comes up with a situation that urges you to find people who share your values or are going through the same experience as you are. Avoid rivalry and lift each other up instead. This is so comical, Angel. This is so fitting. It's creepy. I mean, in that, this is finals week. It talks about the students here that you will be helping as, the academic librarian, and that also there are others with you in the same boat, helping others, helping others help others. And I think, just a shared gnosis, for want of a better word, will really serve you well. I do want to throw a bottom card, but why don't you pull those? I'm curious.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Field with flowers, crossroads, mountains. Oh.
It ain't going to be easy this week, in other words, Angel. But let's take a look at what this one has for you. I'm wondering if it's a king. It's got a crown. And it's, no, it's number 14. Is that Temperance?
Yeah.
Number 14, Temperance.
Well, when there's a crossroads, you got to find that middle path.
Right.
Even if it goes right up the mountain.
This is so comical in a way. So the middle path, the blended way. In Temperance, an angel combines the opposites of fire and water, land and sea, and masculine and feminine, while a crown glows over a path in the background. Temperance is a card about moderation and the illusion of the binary. Your life does not need to function in black and white. There are third options, balanced options, and blended options. Buddhist middle way philosophy teaches that we will only find peace through a balanced life and not through excessive indulgence or self-denial. The Buddha also teaches the middle way as a spiritual view of reality that avoids the philosophies of eternalism and nihilism in a secular context. We can understand the middle path as the choice, lifestyle, or method of thinking that lies between extremes. The middle path has landed to encourage you to consider moderate or third options. On the card, a crown glows over the middle path, showing it is the best route forward. So, pace yourself, balance yourself during this time. There are going to be challenges for you. The Lenormand is showing that quite clearly. And you're going to be looking for ways to kind of, maybe better ways to navigate the flow of, all the work that you face in this week ahead. Working with others and trying to share the load or share ideas may be the key.
I can't say anymore.
Yeah. Wow. Wasn't that wild?
It's pretty wild. It
Good
all
luck with
fits
that.
like a glove.
Wow, that was crazy, Angel. I really didn't expect it to land that so accurately for you. But good luck with that. Good luck with that. Wow. This deck is surprising me. I'm very happy
You're welcome.
I obtained it. Oopsie. All right, Mr. O, it's going to be your deck for Country Love.
All right.
And just looking at the list, we're at 15. Do you think we should close it?
Well, we don't have that many left, though, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Counting country.
We could, or after the next
We'll
one.
wait for one more. Okay. Okay, I'm going to post country's question. Got it here.
Yeah, Jackie, we're sorry you couldn't make it earlier. But it'll be there when you look at it tomorrow.
There we go. All right.
Yeah, I know what you mean there. I don't know that I've ever encountered anything exactly like that, but I've heard of it a lot, both in, romance, fictional situations, novels, but also in real life. So I don't think that these things are impossible to happen. It's just a question on whether or not it's really... it was years ago, January. It was back in... it was 4 years in February. But, it was my mom. And like I was saying, I was a lot closer to her than my father. So it just seems to have more of a memory for me. Anyway, here we go, country. And our first card is the Two of Pentacles reversed. Eight of Swords is reversed, which that one usually is a little better, of course. And then the Knight of Pentacles.
Huh. That is an interesting combo. You better wait for the Lenormand, I think, on this one.
Okay, so
Just
with
to
the
be
Two
sure.
of Pentacles
Oh, okay, you don't know.
reversed, this is a time where in this... Oh, wait, you wanted to throw them out?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I thought you said...
Oh, no, I meant you might want to see these first, so.
I misunderstood what I was waiting for, or when I was waiting.
That's all right.
Got it.
Yeah. And the Fox.
That's number 2?
Yeah, so it's the Moon and the Fox. Wow.
All right. Some of the cards here are kind of favorable. The Two of Pentacles reversed itself, maybe indicating that there is sort of a moment of reflection here. There is sort of a sense of that maybe you might be considering where this could go, where this avenue seems to be showing up to you. But so it expresses maybe not so much doubt, but maybe just a sense of like you want to think about it, or you have some questions.
Well, the Two of Wands, I mean,
Pentacles. Pentacles.
Oh, I'm sorry, the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, and I meant that. I was going to interpret it that way. The Two of Pentacles indicates to me that, there is some worry here about upsetting the apple cart, so to speak here, putting the cart before the horse. But you've been friends with this person, right, for a long time. So I don't know here if that's necessary. Maybe this is just a fear on your part. But maybe it's a real fear. Maybe you do have concerns here that, this would be a good idea to try to push the envelope on romance and ruin what you already have. But that being said, that's followed by the Eight of Swords here reversed. And to me, the Eight of Swords here reversed in this situation might be saying kind of like, don't be afraid to go big or go home. Maybe it's time to maybe see if there is anything there. And be brave enough to take that step. What do you think?
It does look that way a lot too, because when that Eight of Swords is there, one way or the other, some of this, the idea of limitations or being able to surpass limitations, it's in your mind. So it's what you choose to do and what you can really, motivate or activate yourself towards doing. So this is saying really you can free yourself of what the limitations are or the facades that you might be feeling overly concerned about and move beyond that.
Well, yeah, and I kind of think the 8 resembles of just this feeling of, wow, this feels so good as a friendship, but I certainly feel like I could have more. Kind of like trapped by, unsure about whether to move out of that circle you're surrounded with of swords.
But ultimately it means you're moving out of that container where you want to.
You're getting brave. But you do have the Knight of Pentacles here, and that could represent the person you're having the friendship with, but also it could just be saying, try to do this carefully, methodically, and slowly. Don't just jump into it and throw it out there. There maybe if there's ways to kind of steer things slowly towards that.
Right. It's not about, being neutral. It is about movement. Knights are always about movement. But this one has a sense of being a little bit more precision oriented. So you're not necessarily thinking you have to have overwhelming force here. You just want to do gradual or more incremental moves towards this. And when it comes to a relationship, that's pretty vague in a way too. I mean, you have to judge it as you're going along with it.
And I think the Knight too is saying, don't how did I want to say this? That this could be a growthful thing. I mean, there is potential here. There's potential for this to move forward. But, there's this question about maybe taking this one little step at a time. The Fox and the Moon shows here deep attraction. I don't know if this is for you or from the, the person you've been involved with as a friend for 20 years. But there's a very deep attraction here that could lead into romance. I'm
almost tempted to say, does Mr. H stand for Mr. Hello? But you've known him a long time, so that's kind of interesting too. And like I said, I don't think nothing in fiction or real life, art or life, precludes that these things never happen. But obviously you're good to think about, where ramifications could be. And I agree with Banshee. I think that the Fox and the Moon are really good symbolically or per the Lenormand to suggest that something is moving towards a more full sense of where that will manifest. And with the Fox, that usually talks about, relationships.
So, geez, good luck with this. Good luck with this.
Good luck, country love.
Oh, did I do that wrong?
Can I get another one?
Let's do Selema's up.
All right.
A reading for the coming week.
Okay, I'm going to use my Barbieri.
All right. Oh, what did you get reversed? I think at 3:20 I'm just going to close the list.
Sounds good.
There's still a lot of readings here.
All right, reading for the coming week. It's the Queen of Swords reversed. It's the King of Wands reversed. It's the King of Cups reversed. So it's really weird because we have 3 court cards and they're all reversed.
Yeah, and here we've got... Okay, that's too weird. I'll talk
Birds,
about
I
that
guess
in a minute.
they're all squawking at each other. Or...
What was really weird about that was when I was shuffling the cards, the birds was facing me, and it should have been the backs of the cards, so I turned it over and kept shuffling
And it still
numerous times, but I guess it was meant to come out in this reading.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, let's take a look at this, because yes, it looks like it's people-y, and it's all about, it could be about communication or moves, choices, or decisions that have to be made. I feel here, I don't know if this is you that are making the moves, choice, or decisions, or if this is moves, choices, or decisions being made about you. There is some there may be some difficulties in making this decision or choice or move. Like you need more facts or information to move forward. Or, I know Mr. O likes to say this a lot, and I don't like to steal his thunder, but it popped into my head too, is that maybe somebody is, how do I want to say it? Or maybe you just have to deliver some tough love to somebody.
Right. I often feel that if it's not exactly a tough love situation, it's just you or a person saying, damn it all, I'm going to make this decision because I know I have to. Not because I want to, because I like it, because it hurts somebody else or anything like that, just because you know you have to and you justify that however you do.
Yeah, the Queen is very good at justifying what she does, reversed, and for better or worse. So
then there's 2 kings reversed. First, the King of Wands.
The King of Wands and the King of Cups. This is I don't know if this is something going on in the workplace, maybe, but it could be just some confrontation going on here that has to do with work policies, procedures, or people and, disagreeing about ideas or ways to work together or to move forward. It just seems like there's some unhappiness here. And maybe this could be in your personal life. I can't rule that out. Just this idea that people are are being very disagreeable and not wanting to get along on how, and whatever it is that you've decided needs to be done here.
That King of Wands can represent somehow a person you extremely feel you don't feel confident about, somebody that is not making you feel like they're the person to follow their orders or to work with them. It could be yourself. Maybe you're feeling very unconfident about something you're about to do, that decision, but I don't think so. I think that decision is sort of like, you know what that is and you know you want to do it. This other thing just sort of feels like maybe it's another person's engagement with you, makes you just feel like you don't trust them for some reason. Mm-hmm. And with the King of Cups reversed, you may feel that either that person or some other situation just doesn't feel like they're anywhere near close to having any kind of sense of your interest at heart either.
So interesting. And when I look at the Lenormand, it's really interesting. Where is all this moving towards? Moving towards conversation and maybe having some difficult conversations with others this week. There's dialogue, and it may not always be pretty. Some of it could just start getting kind of catty, as a matter of fact. People seem to have an attitude here with one another. They're kind of, so I sort of see that playing into whatever conversations are going on.
Yeah, I guess that's a good bet that next week is mostly going to have this kind of stuff going on. It could be representative of some astrological things. People have been saying that some of the Mars stuff, especially in the close scale, the Mars with Moon, Mercury, or Venus, because those are closer planets, and that's going to happen continuously going forward is bringing out more aggressive tendencies in people in their driving or in the way that they converse with people. So some of this could be that. Kind of hunker down if you need to. But I think the Queen of Swords is really what you have to remember, that you'll have to make the decisions you have to. And you don't have to like them, but you will know that you have the power to make those if you wish. Good luck with that.
Good luck with that. And I'm going to post the list right now, and I'm going to close the list. Everybody who is on the list will get a reading, so keep that in mind. Don't go away. We will read for you.
Or you'll have to come back for your reading later.
All right, let me get that out there. And pin. All right, so good luck, Salema, with that. And we are on Marita now. And her question is, what is coming for me in general in the next 2 weeks? You want these?
Sure.
All right. Use that one. Oh, what did I skip over? Oh, I'll use that one next. Okay. Okay. Well, the first card is the Two of Wands, upright. The Seven of Swords is upright. Ooh, ooh, ha ha. The Three of Swords is upright. Ouch. Well, that's going to be interesting.
It's the writer and the letter.
Yeah, there's some news coming, or some news you need to know, and I think it will be coming. I'm looking at that Seven of Swords up right here, but I don't know if it'll be happy. I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm trying to decide what's going on, and maybe you need to too, is what this is saying, Marita. And this is for the next 2 weeks. I feel here that you're waiting on something to determine whether you have set your sights on something that's going to be doable or not, or achievable or not. So let's say, just as an example, you've thrown out some resumes and wondering they're going to pay off, or you had an interview, or you asked for a raise or promotion, or, you're trying to get a loan for something and you're just waiting to see, these are just some of the examples. You're waiting to see for something that could help you move you forward in some way. And with the Seven of Swords, it just seems to me that something is hidden here still, and that's the problem. You're trying to find out, what is going on, so you know how to proceed from here. And I think it's causing you a little bit of anxiety and sorrow. It's possible here you might get bad news on this. It's possible.
So in the next 2 weeks, I feel that you had been thinking about, or something would be coming to you that might suggest a good change, a good way to move into. But I'm thinking the overall picture with the rider, the letter, the swords, etc., is that this won't, once you receive it or once you're aware of it, won't really pan out very well for you. You may feel that there's something deceitful going on there about it, and it may make you feel like a situation you thought you were moving towards, or a situation you thought was secure, is not so secure, and it may cause even a breakup of some sort, or some sort of heartache.
So you could go. I went through all 3 cards, really. Did you too?
Yeah, I pretty much did.
And
I didn't do the Lenormand.
Oh, okay. Well,
I vaguely mentioned
Yeah, I
it.
sort of did. There's a letter and there is the writer. I think news is going to be coming to you one way or another. I think this
so,
is
too.
leaning towards some disappointment here, but it could just be in the waiting. Maybe once the news comes through, things will be better. I'm going to keep an open mind about this, but if if this resonates with you at all, and you are waiting on something to happen or develop, I really feel it could go either way. It could go either way.
Some of the swords cards do promote the idea of anxiety or sadness or apprehension about, something that hasn't happened yet or that you feel may happen. So I can kind of see that there too. And I do feel like maybe it's just not immediate and that some of these things may happen once the information is actually received, I guess.
Yeah, so I mean, you might be just on pins and needles for a good part of this 2-week period before you finally are able to find out what is going on.
Right.
So whatever that is, good luck with it. I mean, for example, here, I'm just going to give you another example of how this could play out. Spirit Airlines employees have probably been sitting on pins and needles for a while now, realizing that the bottom might be about to drop out. But until the news finally got revealed, then, hopefully some of them were preparing for this eventuality in advance. But I'm sure a lot just didn't because they didn't know which way things were going to go until the news finally came out that they were laid off or fired because, they're bankrupt.
Nothing good in that.
So that's just an example. I hope it's nothing that dramatic for you. Good luck with that.
All right, Selena.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm kind of on a schedule here today, Ari.
The game.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to take you today. So I do apologize.
Sorry about that.
And I know things come up for people. Things come up all the time.
And Sunday we just
get you to put
so
that on
busy
a table
so
or
quick.
something over there? Maybe that other table? Yeah, thank you. All right.
Okay.
All right, Jackie is up, and Jackie's not here because she had to go to sleep. Wanted an oracle read.
All right. And I'm using the Mermaid's Tarot for Jackie.
Oh, she wanted an oracle read, I think.
Oh, okay, then
I'm
it's
sorry.
you.
So you can do 2 in a row again.
Again. All right. I'll save that for later.
And I have one in mind. I'm going to use... I have 2 in mind, but I think I'm going to go with... Can't get to it. But it's here. The Tree Keeper's Oracle. Bringing out some of my tree decks again. I have my other ones here too.
Oh, that's good. Well, I wish you luck with that then, of course.
Oh, wow. Well, good. I'm glad they rescheduled it for you.
In some ways, the economy is getting better, but I have a feeling that, it's good to get what you can when you can now because it may get a little rough in the near future.
Yeah, you know what? Don't put off essentials, necessities. We're always here. You can get a reading on Thursdays or whatever you need to do. And sometimes, if you have to go somewhere, to put in your question at the beginning of a show, if you have that chance to do it, I mean, that might be a way to go too, and then you can check it later.
Was Shirley already on the list? No.
Shirley was not on the list.
No, we're sorry, Shirley. We did close.
Shirley, you missed it again. You're really going to have to get here earlier on a Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday we just get too full, too early. We're sorry.
There are a number of times we have to close in the first hour, but this time we just closed at 3:20, so...
Yeah, it was a little longer getting filled up here, but we did.
And I know you've been trying to get in, Shirley, but today I can't help you with that. I'm sorry.
We got a schedule to keep somewhere else. All right, so Jackie wants an oracle card.
And I got it.
All right, well, have a good day, and we will see you again then, Shirley.
Yeah. Take care, Shirley. Yeah, I know. Keeper.
Christabel. Christabel had mentioned that her mom passed, or was that CJ?
It was Christabel. We're going to do a
Okay,
reading
yeah,
on that.
yeah.
Yep. Keeper of Follow Through. Number 44. Jackie, this is for you. Did I post the list?
Not in the last minute or so.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Hold on a minute. I thought I did all this. I just want to get it up to date. And
All right, so Jackie has.
all right, Keeper of Follow Through. Honestly, Jackie, this is a real interesting card. I think I've had this one before myself. Well, and of course, it's just time to follow through. No amount of dreaming, intending, or progress making can bring a goal to its fulfillment. You have to honor your promises. Oh, I know, I had this for the collective once not too long ago. You have to honor your promises by following through with action every step to the end. Are you mired in the details? Are you experiencing inertia because you've abandoned the hard work? This isn't a moment about lack of intention or imagination. You've made it through the long hallways of creativity. These last steps are all about the push. There's a lot of sweat equity required to get a new life safely delivered into the world. Honor your commitments, especially those you have made to yourself. Review them. Edit them. If they no longer feel compelling to you, keep the ones that feel radiant. Follow through all the way to the end. That first squeal of new life will be worth all the push.
Nice.
What do you got?
So maybe that's you. It's woman and the whip.
Get cracking.
Get cracking.
Get
Whip it
cracking.
good.
Get to work. Get moving. And it's saying fast follow through here. And that's the whole thing. In a way, this card kind of reminds me of the energy of the Ten of Wands a little bit. Because the Ten of Wands also speaks about how it gets rougher towards the end of our journey. Whether we just stop losing motivation or what do I want to say? The joy we once had in doing the project, because now it's becoming heavier. You're getting close to the end and you have to produce more. You have to do more. And it can be stressful and also just tiring and maybe sometimes even boring. And so, but if you've made a commitment to yourself, if you've made a commitment to others, if this is something that's really important to you, you owe it on yourself to follow through.
All right. I like that. Thank you.
And that's what we have for you. Good luck with that, Jackie.
Good luck, Jackie. I'll probably talk to you in email soon, because I usually do during the week.
She was 87. 87 was the year. The age my mother was when she died. But she died in November.
Yeah, I think about that once in a while. Both our moms died when they were 87.
Yeah.
They were nearly 20 years apart in age. Her mom was a lot older than us.
All right, we are on Namira.
All right, and that's going to be me. Hi, Namira. And I'm going to use those mermaids.
And Namira wanted a general read.
All right, general reading for Namira. Hope everything's okay. Feels like I haven't seen you in a while, but I probably saw you last week. I don't remember. Hope you're okay, though. All right, here we go. So our first card is the reversed Queen of Chalices, Queen of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
Our next card is reversed Three of Pentacles. And the reverse star. I hate it when they're all reversed. I'm sorry.
Well, just to be fair, really, there are just a lot of challenging cards lately in all the readings we've been doing. So these are tough times. So that's the Queen of Cups reversed, the Three of Pentacles reversed, and the Star reversed. I got it.
All right, thanks for filling me in on that.
So, the Queen
Mr.
of
Hello. Well, best wishes, of course, country love. Thank you.
Yeah, good luck, country love, with that.
That's fine.
All right, so the Queen of Cups reversed. Now, this may be a time you're feeling a little bit down about things, and it may have to do with your dealings with others. Can't get everybody on the same page working together, whether it's a goal with family, with friends, with the community, with your workplace. It just seems as though people are struggling to work together constructively, and you may find that disappointing or frustrating to some degree, and I feel like it's affecting your ability to feel positive about whatever is going on for you right now.
I don't know if it is about, the ongoing apartment situation,
Yeah.
but I get the feeling like maybe, people don't want to work together on this because they sort of don't want to get involved, or maybe they don't want to feel like they're ganging up on that other person. And so that could be for various reasons. Maybe the other person uses emotionality against them. That could be the Queen of Cups reversed in a way too, saying somebody who, sort of, is high strung, and maybe, and of course it could just be you because of everything else that's going on. It's not just that situation you have going on. Maybe there are things going on in your other personal relationships, but it feels like, emotionally not as even or level as you would like. And maybe it's because people are either working at cross purposes, or people are not working honestly with each other.
So I did all three. Did you?
Okay, so that leads to that Star reversed, and that Star reversed could just say, this gives you a gloomy feeling right now. This makes you feel like there isn't assured destiny or future that you see, that things are a toss-up. So it doesn't mean that you're so depressed or disappointed that you think the worst could happen, but it may say that you wouldn't be surprised if things got worse either.
Well, and so with the Lenormand, this is interesting here. I got two minds about this.
So there's the Lily.
Yeah.
And the Child.
So I'm of two minds with this card, and actually both interpretations can apply to this situation. Somebody is acting very immaturely here. Somebody needs to grow up in this situation, where I see this lack of ability to get on the same page or to work together constructively. That's one thing. The other thing is, I think in time, slowly, people are going to come around. People are going to come around. They just need some time to sort things out, maybe.
That would sure be nice, because I guess now people in the apartment are fighting each other too. So I'm sorry about that too.
That sure sounds like this.
Yeah, it does sound like this. So this is probably about that. And I hate for it to be thought of as, the major, point in your life. But, sometimes things are like that. I have a coworker who cannot deal with their neighbors above them, and it's to the point where they keep them up so late at night that they have trouble, getting enough sleep to come in, on time in the morning. And so when you live in apartment buildings, or where you live where people really flout the rules of civility, or what should be, commonly accepted, it can make really bad times.
Yeah, I agree. So good luck with that. Did you do the Lenormand?
I mostly said what you did about them, but I do feel that they suggest that things can change. The Child and the Lily. The Lily is more about the change, but the Child suggests that it will take time, that there may be baby steps. And so this could also indicate that if you have this time, and if you're not, totally whacked out emotionally from this, or dealing with everything about it, you may want to investigate other, kinds of strategies here. Sometimes there are ways of dealing with people who you would consider to be not honest partners. It falls into the realm of sociology, psychology, but you could probably even Google it on the internet and see, when people are being duplicitous, are there, good strategies that can kind of, bring them in line, or at least point out, the fallacy of their thinking. Good luck with that, Namira.
Good luck with that. Absolutely. And we are on Seeley. Any messages and advice from my grandmother? She's an ancestor.
Okay.
Well, let's see here.
Yes. Do you have anything good for that?
I'm going to use my tarot at the end of the rainbow, because in a way it's over the rainbow bridge, so to speak.
Okay, I'll take the Lenormand then.
Yes, you may.
You're welcome. Oh, there's your question. Great.
Thank you, January girl.
We'll read it to you straight, girl.
All right. I know what I wanted to do, but I'll do it after. Okay. Whoopsie. There we go.
What you got?
Well, it's the star. I think that's the star. Is that 17?
Yes.
Yeah. The star reversed. And I think I want to almost take these card by card, but not my reading. Let's do that card by card. The star reversed indicates to me that your mother probably understands.
Grandmother.
Grandmother. Your grandmother wants you to realize, your grandmother wants you to realize that, not to lose hope in right now. There's a lot of people who are losing hope for a variety of reasons, and maybe even if what's going on in the world isn't affecting you personally, at all, this could just be saying that, Sile, that she wants you to not lose hope when things get challenging or rough around you. She wants you to realize that, she will be there for you. You can consult with her at these times. It may seem from time to time that she may be having trouble getting through. I also feel this way a little bit here with when I see the star reversed. Like there may be a lack of connection going on here. And so I would suggest to you to think about your grandmother more, to either light a candle or do a prayer or something in their honor, and try to restore that connection more, or make it more firm.
I like that idea. And, sometimes people, and you may have one, have a space in their area to have maybe a little ancestor altar, just a place where they can do those things, light a candle or say a prayer. So that would be nice too. But the other reason that the star has shown up here, I think there's a possibility that grandmother is saying, the future is not assured. Destiny is not totally written for you, is what I think grandmother says. And though that could mean that some would say, well, there's no guarantee against the bad destiny, there's also no guarantee that it won't be a good destiny. So this is saying perhaps grandmother feels you have the ability to influence or make the destiny you want. You have to be mindful of it. What else?
Whoops. That's funny. Oh my gosh, how do I get out of that? Okay, hold on. Okay, card 2. It's the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Another thing.
Grandmother.
Message from your grandmother is that she wants you to take better care of yourself. She wants you to take better care of yourself and put yourself first for once. She says, you matter and your life is as important as anybody else's, and you should spend more time taking care of you, whether it's physically or emotionally. I think both could be covered by this card, but it does tend to emphasize the physical, I think, more than anything.
So I think those cards tie in then, because I think grandmother also feels too that when you take care of yourself, when you put yourself as your priority, when you treat yourself as sacred, you will be more productive, like the Queen of Pentacles, and you will be able to really move towards a destiny that you should. the future that you should.
Wow, all three are reversed here too, and it's the Wheel of Fortune. And, she wants you to understand, that the challenges that you may face, the things that, dampen your enthusiasm in life, they're only temporary. They're only temporary. They're not the big picture. This is she wants you to realize that, that don't feel like you're always walking under a dark cloud, and we tend to feel that way when things start going the wrong way. She wants you to understand that the wheel is constantly turning. Life is constantly evolving and changing. And yes, you can change your destiny. You can change things for the better.
Grandmother says that the wheel does not turn badly for everyone forever, and that at some point, you can expect the wheel to turn more favorably for you. But she mostly just wants you to understand that good luck and good fortune are not everybody's every day, so that you may incur some bad luck or some bad fortune on time to time, but to be mindful of taking care of yourself, and also too that you alone can write your destiny. And so, Seeley, I want to leave you with these lemons because I think they kind of are very good in this sense. First, there's the moon. And then there's the book. And I think Grandmother is saying, keep knowledge alive, continue pursuing knowledge, because knowledge will lead to success and greater, mastery. The book and the moon.
Yeah, I feel here, somehow I'm feeling here that she wants you to know that success lies within, examining the lessons you have taken out of life, your book, your personal book. The chapters that you have gone through in your life are important to go back and reflect upon. And she feels that you will realize that, you've navigated a lot of things in your life. You've gone through stuff. You've learned from them. And success lies in what you have learned along the way. So to always examine your life and see where you've been and realize that it has a lot to do with where it's going to take you going forward. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Seeley.
All right, and Libra's up and wants to know what's coming towards her.
Alrighty. Let's see. What do I want to use? I'm going to use the Secrets Tarot.
That's so funny. I found out something about moderation that I'll share with you at some point.
So you can give it to yourself or whatever?
We made you a moderator at one time when we were having problems with the...
subs?
Yeah, with some of the chat stuff going on. Because you could handle it while I was doing other things.
So I just need to give it to you?
Or I need to just remove you as a moderator, I think. So I can't make myself a moderator. But I think the messages will come to me automatically if we don't have one. I guess.
We'll do this.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So Libra wanted to know what was coming towards them?
Yes. Oh, did I not post that? I thought I copied it.
I don't remember.
No, I did not. Okay.
Alrighty. Well, our first card is the Four of Wands, so maybe there's a happy homecoming going on. The Four of Wands can talk about celebrations that are connected with seasonal changes, so we're moving towards summer. Everyone wants to get out and celebrate. But you've asked before about, your living situation.
That's right.
And I almost wonder
say that.
if this is saying a new place to live in, to reside in, will be yours. It may be something that will bring great feelings of happiness to you, no matter how humble it may seem to others or to other people, but to you, it will represent a home.
Well, whether it is you moving to another place or things get straightened out at the apartment you are at,
Yes.
or living situation you are at now, something positive can be established here. A firm foundation, it looks like. Maybe a place that you feel better about that you can call home. So if it is moving on, that's very positive. I think whatever this is about, whether it is about that or something else, it seems as though it's coming towards you is some reason to feel good and celebrate.
So why is that important? And it's the reversed Five of Wands. Well, maybe it's important because it was getting really too contentious and too much conflict.
Yeah.
And so now, you will be able to avoid that.
That's awesome. I think here what it's saying is that it seems as though, things, people, whoever you're working with, if this is about a place to live, for example, it just seems as though everything is, kind of falling into place. Everything is going on the same page now. You're moving away from something that was contentious into something that is a little bit more agreeable, I think. And I want to say about this too that, you also had some cards in recent times that spoke of some dissent or arguments or disagreements with other people besides what was going on with your living arrangements. I know some of your cards had been a little bit tough. It seems like conflicts are starting to ease now. Things are settling down.
So where will it lead to?
Bam.
Queen of Swords. You're back, baby. You're the Queen of Swords. You're kind of in charge of what you need to be in charge of.
You're making sound decisions for yourself. You're moving in the direction you need to move in. You have thought things out carefully. And you're going to do what you need to do come hell or high water. The Queen of Wands, whether upright or reversed, is like that. When she has made her mind up to do something, she does it.
Swords.
Did I say Wands?
You did.
Sorry, I meant the Queen of Swords.
I know you did.
Thank you. And look what's back.
The Book. And the Tower.
That's very interesting to me. It looks like you are going to be dealing with either a financial institution or some kind of business, maybe like if you're still looking for a place to live, a landlord, maybe it's your landlord at this place, and you're going to find out something. You're going to find out some information you need. Or it's possible here you'll be dealing with some legal papers or documents. Normally when I see the book, though, I think it's more about finding out things or obtaining some resources that you need.
Right. It looks pretty good. This tower obviously is not Tarot's tower, so it's a good thing. It feels like, it almost corroborates, the Four of Wands in a sense, because it could be a physical structure we could be talking about in a sense, or certainly symbolically it can represent where you feel, a person's home is their castle, so to speak. And then you're finding out. What could you be finding out? That maybe, it will be easier for you to handle this or to make these decisions that leads to you handling it? Sure hope so. Good luck, Libra.
Good luck with that, Libra. It looks promising. It does look promising.
Alrighty.
I'm thinking overall. And January girl is up. And there's kind of a two-pronged question here, so I'm going to pull that
I have an
for
idea
you.
about that. I thought maybe we could look at the Lenormand for the second part.
We'll think about that. Here, I can only fit so much in a thing here, so I'm got to put it right underneath. There we go. Okay. So we'll see if anything pops up there. And like he said, maybe the Lenormand would hold the key for that. Is that what you're going to focus on?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
Then we'll do the cards for the first part of your question and the Lenormand for the other. That sounds good. I'm going to use my Amber Moon on this one. Very interesting. Yeah. All right. seem to be back now.
Okay, first card.
Card number 1. Well, it's the Three of Cups reversed. And so what you need to know, what you have to know or be aware of before you make any changes is how people around you are going to feel about it. Now, technically this shouldn't, you got to do what you got to do sometimes in life. And so you shouldn't have to, worry about other people's feelings. But of course, if you care about these people, if they've been really supportive to you, you will take them into account when you make these changes. However, if you feel that, the people around you haven't been very supportive of you in what you're doing and what you want out of life, etc., well, then maybe it's time to just do it and be damned about what they feel about it.
Yeah, I almost feel like it's the latter, January girl, because it almost feels like maybe you realize that people around you are not going to understand or appreciate or be emotionally, perturbed in some respect by this in a way. And so this could be saying really that you have to come to calms with that, the idea that somebody won't really like it. Could it be that you're moving or thinking of moving, things like that?
All we basically, I saw what you wrote there, and yeah, we did have a little blip. All we basically said in the beginning was, he's going to use the Lenormand to see if there's a message from your mom, and we're using these cards for the other part of your reading. And so this is what you need to know, what you need to be aware of before you make any changes. So I hope you caught all that, and if not, you can rewind to see it. All right? So
right.
Why is that important?
Why is this important?
It's the moon upright.
Because there's more to know.
Oh my goodness. Well, because your intuition, this is really bizarre.
So January girl says it is about a move, perhaps.
Okay. Well, this is bizarre. I feel here. So why is this important? Maybe because there might be some things that you don't know yet that you need to know before you move forward. And so, in other words, if this is about cutting some people off or leaving some people out of the equation, not letting them know what you're about to do, etc., you may want to rethink that a little bit. You might want to wait before you make your moves a while longer until you find out more about something. And I guess we're going to find out what that might be in a minute. Well, but what do you say about that?
Take heart a little bit because, of course, to me, the moon symbolically changes over time. There's a waxing and a waning effect. And so it is important because you may want to sit with this for a little bit longer than you think, if you can. If you do have to make a move physically and you're saying, not happy.
Can I see that card again?
Did you want to see it?
Yeah. Okay, it is the moon.
I think it does suggest the idea that some of this has to really pass your own internal tests too, in terms of whether you really feel it changes things enough or if you know enough about the overall proceedings.
There are moons on every card, so that's why I was... So, but anyway, I thought, did I do that right? Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay. You're making this harder.
So where are things headed? Good news here. It's the King of Wands.
Robert Plant. He wants to do a serenade. Okay, it's not Robert Plant.
I don't know that that's Robert Plant, but that's funny.
It looks like him a little bit.
Well, I think here that, ultimately, you will make the right moves. You will make the right moves because you're determined. You're determined to progress. You're determined to move forward. I almost think what this is saying is you need to go through this change regardless of popular opinion or not. I feel here that it shouldn't matter how other people feel, but you should be sure and make sure you have all the information and that it feels right to you intuitively before you do this. I
guess somebody has appealed maybe to your sense of nobility of some sort, and that maybe that's why you feel you have to do this, but it will make you feel that way. It will make you feel you are doing a better thing, if not for yourself, maybe for someone else, is what I'm wondering. And wands are often connected to the people we know, friendships, networking, things like that. But I sort of feel like it's a challenge for you in a way, but it's not necessarily the one you would have thought you would be doing, if that makes any kind of sense.
I wonder if here, this is just saying that if you make this change, it actually might make you stronger in some way. Give you more confidence or something. That king almost sounds like it's an outcome for you, that it puts you in a better position of some sort to be able to go through with this. Whether you feel it's necessary or not, it may actually be to your benefit to do this.
All right. Are we clear?
Unless it's with a gentleman. Well, I don't know if that's why the king is here. What do you got, mister? Oh, but this is supposed to be the message about the mom.
Yeah, this is really that. So I don't know. I think this is more about you. Oh, look at you, Banshee. Look at you.
I just had to check, but you got the Knight of Cups reversed.
She hates me when I do this.
You got the Knight of Cups reversed, so I really don't think anybody is going to ride in like the Knight would ride in.
Is it about moving away from someone?
And move you with you. So, no, I don't think that's going to happen here.
Well, I'm wondering if this is moving away from someone in particular. Anyway, okay, so here's the message about or from your mom. Ooh. So we did get the cross.
Ooh.
I'll throw that up there. And the fox.
Wow.
What do you think?
Yeah. Hold on. So, the message from your mom is to not stress over your progress in life, not stress about the fact that maybe you feel you should have done some things differently, you should have been smarter about some things, you should have, again, I feel it's the woulda, coulda, shoulda thing here, because the fox is about crafty thinking, smart thinking, and because this is the cross and it's about grief or sorrow or being depressed or feeling some guilt about something, she doesn't want you to feel that way. She wants you to realize, that we do the best we can at the time we have to face something. And that's all we can do. And then if it fails, it's not a matter of beating ourselves up over it time and time again. It's about just moving forward, with more knowledge for the next time.
And yeah, your mom is saying really that she knows you are clever enough to figure out how to avoid or overcome what depresses or what is disappointing. And that she feels also too that, like you were talking about the gentleman, I think she maybe understands that about you too, that, you're going to move towards, somebody that will appreciate you. Maybe not now, but eventually.
So I think that's what we got for you. January girl. That's what we have for you. And we are now on Christabel, who also wanted. I'm so very sorry to hear that. It's always hard when it's unexpected. Very hard. It's hard anyway, let me just say. I mean, and the only reason I speak like that, if you're still here, Christabel, or
you're welcome,
or if you hear this later, is basically because it is hard. I've lost a lot of family members. My mother had 9 siblings, and I've watched them all pass, including my mom. So it's a hard road sometimes, most definitely. My deck, right? I think.
No, you.
Oh, that's right. One. I used the. Yep, you're right.
Alrighty, so I'm going to look at that.
Okay,
and you're welcome, January.
Messages.
I'm going to use my Scorpio Sea Tarot, and Scorpios are intuitive, and Scorpio is the house of passings and death. This deck is not a morbid deck.
Was that the Scorpio Sea?
Yeah, I
It's
like
all
this
animals.
tarot. I know. I really like it. But, I mean, the name is misleading, I suppose, for some people.
I know. I
perhaps.
expected it to be dark and
But
Scorpio-like.
it is not. It is not.
But I think it's actually because it might be based off of a book or novel. I'm
All
not
right.
sure.
So our first card is the Lovers Reversed. Are we doing this your way, or how are we doing this?
I think we should put all three out. It's
Yeah,
a
I do
message,
too, I
or if
think.
there's anything they need to know.
The
let's
next one
see.
is the upright Six of Wands. And then finally, it's the Hierophant, and that one is also upright.
I almost feel this is a message from your mom.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, you mean those?
No, all of it. All of it.
Okay, so there's the Mountain and the Whip.
Well, I don't know. This is kind of interesting. I don't think this is about her passing per se. I think this is some well, I could go.
Messages you need to hear.
Yeah. I might go a couple different routes with this, but I'm going to start off this way because I feel this kind of strongly, Christabel, that this is a message for you. And Shander, she wants you to not regret some of the choices and decisions that you have had to make in life. It's what we have to do in order to finally achieve, some success in life or a place where we feel we want to be at. And, it's going to require discipline to do this. And she just feels here, just stick at it. Just keep going in life. Keep moving forward. You can make yourself proud if you look at those moves and choices and decisions that may not have been in your best interest, and you look at them as life lessons instead of failures, and realize that the victory lies in how we manage and navigate our weaknesses in life, our shortcomings in life, and how we can turn them into gold. And it comes through perseverance, and it comes through learning.
Well, I like that first card, what you said about it. The idea that, your mom wouldn't want you to obsess or feel bad about, your decisions or choices. Because the second card, you're always a winner to your mom. You're always
Nice.
the best to your mom.
Nice.
And I don't know anything about you, Christabella. I don't know if you have siblings and if you were upper or lower on that pole there. But, they often say that, a parent loves all their children equally. Sometimes I believe that. I believe it in this instance for you too. I think you're a winner to your parent. And I think the other message would be is staying the course. The Hierophant says maybe going by, it may sound outdated, but the straight and narrow, being a moralistic good person, not necessarily, being a bad person. So if you understand what your mom's morals were, and so, don't tell me she was a bootlegger or something like that. But basically, I think she's saying be like her in that respect, perhaps.
And I gave you that message, but as far as her passing goes,
I know you were.
as far as her passing goes, she says no regrets between the two of us, no sense of feeling, that there's nothing. And I look at these two cards together, it really is like what Mr. O said here. There was nothing that she feels you could have done wrong. She supported you, she supports you, and she'll be your ally on the other side as well. So remain, true to your path. Stay firm in your faith, whatever that may be, and stay true to yourself. That's what I think is the message here. And I also feel here, when I look at the Lenormand, it is saying here is tackle the challenges that you face in life with the strength and the perseverance and, the go-get-'em attitude that she feels you have.
I like that too, I wanted to say something else about the Hierophant too, because I realized like he looks like maybe too much of a straight shooter kind of old-fashioned moralistic person, and I don't know for sure if your mom was that way or not, or if your mom would actually say that. But I think that symbolically it's true. This is just saying really be on the side of good, and that's what she expects of you, that you will be as important maybe as the Pope or a cardinal one day, or at least to her somehow. So with those Lenormands, I feel that too, that this is saying really, the going gets rough, you just kind of hunker down and do it. The whip, get tough on yourself and do it. She knows you can do it. That's your mom. She knows you can do it.
So, I just want to add this. That's what we have for you, Christabel, and I hope that that made you feel good and that resonated to some extent with you. And I do want to say that it is our honor always to everybody out here. We take it very seriously when we do readings about your deceased loved ones and your ancestors and all of that. It's very important us to try to get it right to the best of our abilities to do so. We take it very seriously. We may not always meet the mark, but we do try. And you're crying over it.
You're making me cry a little bit.
Yes, Mr. O, the tears are falling. So that's what we have for you. Wishing you the best, and so sorry about your mom's sudden passing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's our show. And I've got a Pistons game, part of it, to watch. I hope they're leading, or I hope at least it's a close game. Because it's been a crazy series thus far. That's all I'm going to say. And I don't watch a lot of basketball, but oh my goodness. Anyway, I want to wish everybody a great week ahead, and thank you all for coming today. It was a great set of readings. Happy birthday again to Kara, enjoying her birthday weekend, and we hope to see you all again real soon. Take care, and see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.